to our channel. Today I'm going to be doing the Netflix book tag, as you guys probably saw in my little intro there. We weren't actually tagged in this tag, but I saw it over on Ashley at A Dash of Ashes channel. I love Netflix and I love binge watching Netflix. So I thought this would be a fun tag to do. The first question is recently watched. The book that you just finished reading. And I just finished reading Geekerella by Ashley Poston. I absolutely loved this book. It was so cute and sweet, but it also had so much meaning, especially to fangirls. There were so many great aspects to the story. I may be doing a book talk. I'm not sure. I have notes on it. I'll have to see how things are going, but definitely 5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed this book immensely and I highly recommend it. The next question is top picks, books that have been recommended to you based on books that you previously read. And for this question, I'm gonna go with A Shadow Bright and Burning by Jessica Cluess. This book takes place in Victorian England with a magical type setting, and because of that I heard it compared a lot to the Infernal Devices trilogy, which also takes place in a magical world during Victorian England. I wasn't specifically recommended this book. I heard on BookTube people saying that it gave off kind of Infernal Devices vibes, so if you like the Infernal Devices you might like this. Honestly, I didn't really get that many Infernal Devices vibes from it, a little bit, but it was very different. Nevertheless, I enjoyed it. I thought it was very cute, and I cannot wait for the rest of the books in the series because I believe it's a series. The next question is recently bought. What is the most recent book that you have purchased? The most recent books that I purchased were this box set of the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit. I got these at my local used bookstore for $6. Not $6 each, this whole thing was $6. The retail value on the bottom says $45. So I love my local used bookstore. I have not read the Lord of the Rings trilogy or The Hobbit, but I watched the first movie and I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to read the books before I continued with the rest of the movies. The thing that I absolutely love about these books is, hold up. Look how beautiful these covers are, guys. They are so pretty. The next question is popular on Netflix. Name 4 books that are super popular in the book world, 2 that you've read, 2 that you have no interest in reading. So for this question, the books that I have read are The Mortal Instruments and The Fault in Our Stars. I have read all of the Shadowhunter books, absolutely love them. My favorite literary series to date. The Fault in Our Stars I read when the hype was big. It's still a very well-known book, but I read it my freshman year of high school, I think. The funny story about this book is that I saw my friend reading it and I was like, oh, what's that about? And she was telling me, she was like, oh, you want to know the ending? I was like, yeah, sure, I don't think I'm ever going to read it. And then I read it. Ella, why? Definitely enjoyed this book. It was very heart-wrenching, very sad. Not one of my favorite books of all time, but good read. 2 very popular books that I have no interest in reading are Twilight. Guys, I have no interest in reading Twilight. It looks so bad. You know, who knows? It could be really good, and I'm really sorry to all you die-hard Twilight fans out there, but it sounds so stupid, and maybe just because it's been instilled in me that it's stupid from a young age, but I have no desire to read this. And another book series that I don't really have anything against, it's just so complex that I don't even want to think about getting into this, is the Percy Jackson series. I know, I've never read Percy Jackson, please don't kill me. I know that they're supposed to be really good, and I have nothing against them. I'm sure they are really good, but there's so many books. There's Percy Jackson's and the Magnum Chase and the heroes of this and the heroes of that, and I get so confused. I think it would take me so much time to get into this world, and I just lose so much time that I have for everything else. Maybe someday, but right now I don't really have any interest in it. Next question is comedies. Choose a funny book. And for me, this is kind of a weird choice, but all of Cassandra Clare's books. Her dialogue that she writes with the characters, their witty banter, always makes me like laugh out loud reading like all of her books. I'm just always like snorting at their weird little like comebacks and things and jokes. Her books always make me laugh out loud. Just I love the characters so much, and I love their little interactions and how they poke fun at each other and just the weird things that they say. Even though their themes are kind of darker, she always lightens it up with witty banter. Those are the books that like make me laugh when I read them. Guys, it's like 90 degrees and I can't turn on any form of air conditioning or anything because it's so loud and it's going to be in the background of my video. So, I'm currently dying. So question number 6 is drama. Choose a character that is a drama queen or drama king. And for that question, I have to go with Margot from Paper Towns by John Green. I didn't like Margot that much. I found her a very selfish character. When she runs away, she sets up this elaborate scavenger hunt, and I'm like, do you really need to do this? You're being so dramatic. Question number 7, a book with cartoons on the cover. Honestly, the first thing that popped into my mind when I thought of this question is the new cover for Carry On. It struck me as very like comic-like, like graphic novel-y, comic-like. Honestly, I kind of like the other cover better. I don't really like this cover that much. I know a lot of people do, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it. Yeah, it struck me as very like comic-like. I don't know. I can't think of any other books really that have cartoons on the cover. Question number 8 is watch it again, a book or series that you would like to reread. And for me, that is, again, the Mortal Instruments series, specifically the Mortal Instruments. I want to reread all of Cassandra Clare's books, and I'm getting there, slowly but surely. I reread The Infernal Devices for the second time, and I want to reread the Mortal Instruments for the second time, and Tales and the Bane Chronicles, and I read Lady Midnight twice, too. So I want to read all of her books at least twice, and especially the Mortal Instruments, because I haven't read them in, oh god, like 3 years. I could probably reread these books again and again and again and never get tired of them. Question number 9 is documentaries, a non-fiction book that you would recommend to everyone. I don't really have one for this, so I'm going to recommend a historical fiction book that I really enjoyed, and that is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. This book was so eye-opening and just devastating. You really got to see a lot of what happened during World War II and the horribleness which they treated Jews, and it just follows this girl's life and her family. They keep a Jewish man in the basement, and it was such a great book. It's not nonfiction, but it is historical fiction. Question number 10 is ActionAdventure. Choose an action-packed book. And for this, I have to go with The Six of Crows duology, which is Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom by Leah Bardugo. I never say her name right. They were both phenomenal. I loved these books so much, and I wish I had copies of them because they're so beautiful, especially Crooked Kingdom with those red pages. These books had me constantly on the edge of my seat. You just wanted to know what was going to happen to these great characters. There was so much action, and it was such a great book. Loved them. The last question is number 11 is new releases, a book that has just come out or will be coming out that you are super excited for. And for this, I'm gonna go with Wonder Woman by Leah Bardugo, whose name I'm probably butchering again. I love Leah Bardugo's writing. Secondly, I heard about this book before I saw Wonder Woman, but I'm even more excited because I just saw the Wonder Woman movie and I absolutely loved it. It was so good. So I'm super excited. It comes out like in August sometime. I should really pre-order that. Well, so that is it for the Netflix book tag. I don't really know that many people on BookTube yet, so I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna tag anyone. I'm just gonna say, hey, if you want to do this tag, do it. I had a lot of fun with it, so maybe you will too. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment below saying if you agree with my picks, if you disagree, if you have different picks that you would pick. just let's talk. Let's talk, man. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye. Praise the Lord, I can turn on a fan.